Hello, everybody. Today, feedbackthemagazine.com is extremely honored to have on the phone the talented Miss Dawn Noel, the lead actress and producer of the film 22 Years. How you doing today, Dawn?
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm great.
Now, my first question is, you're the lead actress and the producer and writer of the film. How did you come up with the concept for the film 22 Years?
Well, this story has gone through probably at least 90 different versions and stories in probably 2 years. And then I sat down and wrote it, and I didn't feel comfortable with my writing because I'm not a writer first. So at the time, I got someone to kind of fix my writing, and I gave him writing credit. And so I don't take credit as a writer, but it is my story, and it's kind of personal to some degree. It's about a family member, but mixed with some of my own emotions of my father, or we all have gone through loss and forgiveness and giving people second chances and stuff.
Now, how did you prepare for the role of Avi personally? Did you speak to that family member in question, or did you have firsthand knowledge of that situation? How did you prepare for the role?
I mean, I had firsthand knowledge, but at the same time, as an actor, I can put myself into any situation and just live in that story. So, but I did have some firsthand experience, and on top of that, not everything in the story is true. There is a little bit of fiction.
Okay.
You have to add that to a story.
Okay.
So just to embellish and just give it some more life and all that stuff. So there is some fiction also.
Okay, cool. Now, what were your expectations heading into writing this film?
I didn't have any expectations. I wanted to challenge myself as a writer. That's why I chose to do this short film, because I wanted to challenge myself. I had already produced another short film a few years ago that did really well. It had Chad Coleman from The Wire and The Walking Dead, and I was like, oh, let me see how it is to write, and it was way more difficult than I thought. And then I also, because sometimes as actors, we're waiting for our agents to call us. We're waiting for casting directors to call us in for an audition. We're waiting for work. So I said, I'm going to create work for myself. So I created this character for myself, and I produced it. And I mean, it's almost 3 years that it's been going on, from the very beginning of writing it to pre-production and raising the money and shooting it and editing and film festivals. I mean, it's been going on for a while now, so I'm ready for something new.
When you said that you're waiting for casting calls and your agents to call you, do you think that more actors and actresses should focus on writing more? Because I've been told that's where the money is.
Well, first of all, as an actor, I don't ever think you should go after something for money. I mean, granted, we do need to live and survive and feed ourselves, but if acting is a passion, I mean, you should always be doing it. Even when I was a dancer for years, for so long, I didn't get paid for anything. I danced with dance companies for free. I was in school, and then after school, I was in another program dancing. I was just always dancing. So if you're doing your craft and you're happy, that's all that matters. If money comes from it, great. But you have to put the work in first. You can sit around and wait for your agent to call. There might not be a role. TV and films change all the time depending on what people like watching on TV. And characters change, and then sometimes the stars and celebrities and now reality stars, they get the roles first, or, because they're famous or they have a huge Instagram or social media following. So we have to work even harder. But if you're an actor, you can act in anywhere. In a play, you can be in, Salt Lake City, Utah acting. If you really want to act, if you want to be rich, then I'd say go be a doctor or a lawyer. If you want to be famous, be on a reality show. But an actor is you expressing yourself. There's a need to express. I think people get that confused, being an artist and wanting to be famous, and making money. I mean, hopefully you do make money from doing what you love, but it shouldn't be your first focus, I don't think.
Now, who came up with the title 22 Years, and what was the significance of it?
Well, 22 years is how long Avi, the character, hasn't seen her biological father. So that's where the title comes from.
Okay.
It's been 22 years since she saw her biological father.
Now, I saw an interview that you conducted on a Charlotte TV station when you said it took 2 days to shoot the film. What challenges or obstacles did you face filming a movie in 2 days? Because I've never heard of filming in 2 days. Y'all must have had like 16-hour days.
We did have long days. They were probably anywhere from 12 to 15-hour days.
Okay.
It's a short film, so remember, it's only 16 minutes. So it's a short film. A feature film you couldn't get done in 2 days. But a short film, and my job as planning, as a producer, just making sure that we go from location to location. We had this amount of time here. We have this amount of time here. It's very strategic planning and scheduling to make sure that we shot the whole thing in 2 days.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. And we were running around different locations, but we made it work.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now,
and having great actors, that's another thing. Because if an actor doesn't know their lines, or, you have to start and stop. So having great actors also helps. So it cuts the time in half. They already know what they're doing. They're giving the director already what he wants, if that makes sense.
Oh, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Make perfect sense. You only as good as your team.
Yeah, exactly.
Fred Thomas, what about his directorial style that you like and admire the most, or in respect?
I've seen some of his stuff on film, and then I saw his play 12 by 9, and I love what he did with that. But I loved his personality. I loved working with him, and I wanted to give him a chance, give him a shot. I loved his writing. He's also an excellent writer. We have 2 feature films that we're going to work on in the future, and I think he's a lot better than what people have given him a chance to do, if that makes sense. Like, he has so much talent in him that hasn't even begun to be shown. And I definitely want to show the world his amazing talent. And I think we're a great team. And we're both from Philly, and we didn't meet each other in Philly. We met in Los Angeles, and we have a lot of mutual friends. And I love his personality, his work ethic. I just wanted to give him a chance to work with. I love his ideas that he was, expressing to me during our meetings and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's how we started working together.
Now, will you be submitting the short film 22 Years in any additional film festivals this year?
We have one more film festival in St. Lucia. This is kind of the end of our festival run. We have been on this festival tour for about a year and a half with this film.
Okay.
So if any other festival wants to use the film or screen the film, they can contact me. We'd be happy to let them have it or show it. But as far as submitting it, sometimes it gets expensive. We're kind of at the end of it. We've been to so many festivals. We've been accepted to so many, and we've won at least over 20 awards for sure, at least probably like 30. I've won Best Actress at least 5 times, and just about every film festival we go to, we win Best Short. Fred has won Best Director. We've won a lot of. Gosh, now that I'm thinking, we're probably close to like 40. But so the film has done really well already. So it's almost towards the end of it. We have a couple distribution deals, so it'll be on a digital platform. So that's the direction of it now, and kind of focus on our feature films next.
Okay, because I just wanted to ask for my readers and listeners, where can they see the film once it gets completed? Like will it be in movie theaters?
Well, short films usually don't go to movie theaters, and we don't plan on making this into a feature film.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where the film stops. We're not
Okay.
going to make it into a feature. So at some point, you can watch it on. Sometimes we get into online festivals. So I would just say to everyone, if you want to like our social media pages like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, it's called under 22 years. All of our information is constantly updated on social media. Sometimes we're on online festivals where people can watch it and vote. At the moment, we are not. But every once in a while, we do jump on something like that where it's free for someone to watch. Or you can see what festival we are a part of, next. We've been to so many cities already. So, you can catch us on our next festival, or, when it gets distribution, I can put it out there like that. But for now, we just have a trailer on YouTube.
Which is harder, acting, dancing, modeling, or producing?
For me, producing, because, and I guess I'm doing a pretty good job at it, but for me, it's not something I learned in school. I've studied dancing and acting since I was a child in school, and that's just expression. Producing is a little bit more on the business side, which I didn't go to school for business. I went to school for, dance and theater. And so for me, producing kind of just came out of common sense, or just being in the industry so long. You watch and learn, you listen and learn. But it's more of a business thing. You constantly have to keep up with social media. I mean, I literally do everything from scheduling to casting to budgeting to raising the money. But when you have a passion to create art, you find a way. So it's just very different than acting. I think it's a little harder, but it's more challenging. But I love it, a good challenge.
On Friday, when at the film festival, talk about the atmosphere of coming back home, seeing your friends and family come out and show love and show support. What did that mean to you and Fred to get the love and the accolades, the recognition for all you guys' hard work?
Well, I guess to be honest, really, I thought there would be a whole lot more support from family and friends. But I do appreciate the family and friends that did come out. I really do. And it's those little things that you remember always. The people that supported you when you were small on the way up. You do remember those people when you have your big features and you do make it to a big time status or something. You remember, you know what? They supported me when I was doing little things.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I wish there was more support, but it is what it is, and I appreciate the people that did come out.
Okay, and tell my listeners one more time the award that you won over the weekend, the film.
Yes, the Philadelphia Independent Film Awards. We won 22 years, won Best Short Film.
Okay.
And my director is Fred Thomas Jr., and my name is Dawn Noel. I am the producer and lead actress.
Okay. Well, Dawn, I want to thank you for taking time out this morning to speak with feedbackthemagazine.com. I really appreciate you reaching out to me via social media so we can get this interview conducted.
You're welcome. And please let me know when it comes out, and I will post it all over. Please post it on our page and tag us and all that good stuff. And thank you for your wonderful questions.
All right, no problem. Anytime.